Okay, what's up, YouTube? Coming at you with another video on Dave's NFL predictions for the 2020 season. We're going to be talking about the Washington Redskins today. Going into this video, it was kind of hard for me to bring up some stuff to talk about with this team because they're bad. Like they're just terrible. Like they were one of the worst teams last year. I think the worst team was the Bengals. I don't know. They were the second worst team or something like that. Yeah, but some good things have happened to them. Hopefully, they use them to their advantage. Hopefully, they just don't waste them. Starting off with free agency, they brought back Kendall Fuller, who won the Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, Kendall Fuller, when he was with Washington previously, before making the trade, when he was involved with the trade for Alex Smith, he was pretty decent. He was solid. You know, he was probably the only hard-working Redskin defender of the whole defense, let alone Ryan Kerrigan maybe. So I mean, I would give that a good addition. They got Landon Collins now, who was an excellent free safety. I don't know why he left the Giants, but I'm not complaining. I don't think any Redskin fans complaining. I mean, you got a top 5 safety on your team. You know, let alone middle linebacking core is crap. The D line is solid. You really got an Alabama D line right there. You can't go worse with that. But so free agency in the draft, the Redskins. I mean, they drafted Chase Young. That is probably the best thing they've done in the past 20 friggin' years, let alone making a playoff appearance in like 2015 with Kirk Cousins under center. I mean, Chase Young is an absolute beast. Oh, dude, I'm predicting him alone is going to get double-digit sacks his rookie season. Like this, he's going to be scary. Realistically, for the offense, probably going to be a top 25. Their offense is nothing special. They haven't even really flashed greatness last season, let alone Steven Sims. Just, you know, torching defenses here and there, but nothing really consistent. Dwayne Haskins, he got thrown into a bad situation, left by Jay Gruden, who was out of there. It's about time, and Bruce Allen, too. Those were probably one of the biggest problems. Replacing Jay Gruden is head coach Ron Rivera of the Carolina Panthers, who did take the Panthers to a Super Bowl appearance, but sadly fell short to Peyton Manning's Denver Broncos. He is a good coach. I do believe that was a good positive by the Redskins. Another good positive is getting rid of Bruce Allen. You know, he basically said, "Here's what you're going to do, and you're not going to go against me." You know, if you're trying to win, that's one thing, but that's not how you run an organization. And I think pretty much every Redskin fan would, you know, agree. Because when they played the Lions last season, I was watching that game, and I literally saw posters of hashtag Fire Bruce Allen all over the stands. It was crazy. I was like, wow. But hey, enough about that. So, talking about the offense, it's nothing special. As I said, Dwayne Haskins got thrown into a bad situation. His best game at the end of that season was playing the Philadelphia Eagles. He had he had like 230-something passing yards, I think 2 or 3 touchdowns with two picks, something like that. I mean, that was his best game by far of his rookie season. Now, the defense is nothing special either. You have standout players like Landon Collins, and that's about it. I mean, it was a shame that Reuben Foster tore his ACL in training camp and missed the whole season, but he will be back this season. So hopefully, you know, there's no setbacks. I really wanted to see what he could bring to the table, and unfortunately, rookie linebacker Cole Holcomb, I think, out of UNC, North Carolina University, of course, he played solid. You know, he had that the Bills defensive coordinator / linebacking coach, you know, the guy that looked like Santa Claus. with the long white hair, the beard. I don't know his name. Not Rex Ryan. It's not that. Not. I don't know. I feel like it's something Rex. I could be wrong, but he did have a good coach, and he was pretty good. I think he was he was one of the best middle linebackers for that season, in my opinion. So for the defense, I was really disappointed to see Landon Collins get pretty much no interceptions that season. I thought he would be a ball hawk and just pick him left and right. He did have some really good tackles and hit stick fumbles, and he did showcase what he's worth. So that's pretty cool. But I think he'll have a better season coming up. So defense, I hate to say it, but top 30. It's just nothing special about the defense nor offense. It's a terrible rebuild. They're gonna work it out. It's just not gonna be now, or it's gonna be a couple years from now. But looking at the season, it's tough. Your first game is with the Eagles. Now, overall, that's pretty not bad, considering the Redskins and Eagles have always been kind of a fair matchup. Now, it's the Dallas Cowboys that have straight up killed the Washington Redskins twice a year. But for week 1, the Eagles have made some damn good additions, and they haven't really lost any players from what I've seen. And that might be my next video. My next video will probably be the Arizona Cardinals. Most likely. It's between Arizona and Detroit. So, most likely one of the two. But Eagles are a tough team. Now, it doesn't even tell you where the game is at. Wow. It just says Eagles. Oh, it's at Washington. The Redskins at FedEx Field have played well, but against an Eagles team that has the Redskins number, this is going to be a week 1 loss, unfortunately. Week 2, the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Redskins will beat the Cardinals. They're Arizona, but they're not hard to beat. Okay, week 3, we got the Redskins have the Browns. The Browns have been on the upward climb. Baker Mayfield has been leading that team. They have an excellent wide receiver. They have Odell Beckham Jr. They have Jarvis Landry. They have a stacked backfield with Nick Chubb in it. So, I'm actually going to give them a week 3 loss. I think the Browns are going to straight up just not have their way with the Redskins, but they're going to keep them in check. So, I don't think they're going to win. Coming up week 4, the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, Redskins fans, I wouldn't even watch this game, man. You're going to get brutally destroyed. This is one of the best teams in 2019 season. They went 14-2 and choked to the Tennessee Titans of all teams. So this is definitely going to be a week 4 loss. Oh, but Dave, they beat them 3 years ago on the road. Well, yeah, that's because Josh Norman saw that Brashad Perriman didn't get both feet in the end zone, and he immediately motioned challenge it, and Jade challenged it, and the Ravens didn't get the touchdown, meaning the Redskins would get the ball because that was a 4th down play, and they won because they chewed the clock out off of a 3-point lead. So no. With the more revamped Ravens team, the Ravens are just a scary, wicked, dangerous team, and they're gonna have their way with the Redskins. It's just needless to say. Now, coming into week 5, that's another tough game. They got the LA Rams. I'm gonna give them a loss. The LA Rams are a friggin' powerhouse and scary team. I'm saying scary team as in, one of the best teams they can be. All right, so coming in week 6, we got the Giants. The Giants aren't nothing special. Actually, now I think about it, I might do them next. They were pretty awful. I think they were right behind the Redskins too. Okay, so the next video will be Giants or one of the 3 teams. Cardinals, Detroit, and Giants. One of the 3. I'm going to give the Redskins a week 6 win. just because the Giants are nothing special and they're not really that better than the Redskins. Surprisingly, I'm surprised the Redskins lost to them in overtime last year because they just didn't play good at all. All right, so week 7. Fun fact: Redskins have Dallas Thanksgiving this year. Yes, we love that classic matchup. Dallas Cowboys, straight up, this is going to be week 7 loss for the Redskins. Dallas is just a strong team, and they're way better than the Redskins. And now week 8, they got the Giants again. I'm actually going to give them a week 8 win over the Giants. Simply put, the Giants are just not a top competitor, in my opinion. But Daniel Jones, he's got some weapons. Saquon Barkley, but they're the Giants. Come on. Week 9, they got the Lions. I'm gonna give the Redskins a week 9 win over the Lions. Simply put, the Lions are just not as strong as they used to be, and we beat them I'm not basing it because the Redskins beat them last year. I'm basing it off of who's the stronger team and who's well equipped. The Redskins have gained a lot of good potential players. The Lions have lost Darius Slay, which hit them pretty hard, and also they're just Matt Stafford's injury prone now. He's on the wrong side of 30. It's just the Detroit Lions wide receiver core is nothing special like the Redskins. So actually, the Lions are better in some aspects, but the Redskins are as a whole. I mean, I'm just predicting here, so I don't know. Coming up to week 10, we got the Bengals led by, I'm assuming, franchise starter Joe Burrow. I think that's going to be an interesting game to see. The Bengals are in a really bad rebuild like the Redskins, so I'm actually going to give them a week 10 win over the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that's being generous. All right, so going into week 11, we got the Dallas Cowboys again. This is going to be a loss. Dallas is going to have their way with them like they always do. Oh, a little snotty. My bad, guys. Okay, so week 12. Let's see, brutal loss to the Dallas, and we got Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh is a funny team. They have been good, average, and slightly terrible. They are really good when Big Ben is their leader, but he's been injured, and he's 38 now. He will be 38. Wrong side of 30. I say that a lot. It's true though. That's a tough one. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going to come back. San Francisco 49ers. They got them week 13. Sorry, Redskins. Even though you held them 9-0 last season, they're just a well put together team. This is going to be a week 13 loss, in my opinion. Seattle Seahawks, they're a week 14 loss. Let's see, week 15. Playing the Carolina Panthers. I'm actually going to give you a win here because the Redskins have always just been better than the Panthers. And then wrapping up the season, we got the Eagles. I'm actually going to give the Skins a week 16 W. It's late in the season, depending on who's in the playoffs and who's not. This could be a meaningless game for either team. Most likely a meaningless game for the Redskins, but they have been known. I've seen them, upset seasons. Like I've seen them knock people out of the playoffs before, only like once or twice. It's not like the Dallas Cowboys knocking people out left and right. Hey. But going back to week 12 with the Steelers. The Steelers are a really good team, don't get me wrong, but all of their defense is aging. They're getting older. The O-line is old as well. It's just a really old, experienced team that has really just been average over the past couple of years. Even with Big Ben healthy, they've only pulled like 10-6, 9-7, 7-9. I'm actually gonna give them a Week 12 win. I don't. We'll see. So out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like it's gonna be a 7-9 season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I missing a team? I don't know. 7-9 comes out to be 16 now. Okay, well, I mean, it's an improvement over last season. A 7-9 record is fair for a schedule like this. Um, well, yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, we're gonna look at the roster, see what the news is. All right, so looking at the standout players on the Redskins offense, Darius Geis, Adrian Peterson. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Brandon Sheriff, definitely. Steven Sims Jr., he's speedy. He is a speedy wide receiver. That's all I'm saying. Dwayne Haskins is really going to have to step up his game in year 2. It has to be. And also, a tight end I want to see do well is Thaddeus Moss, the son of Hall of Famer Randy Moss. He joined the Redskins right after the draft. I'm surprised his name didn't get called. Granted, he's 6'3", 249. That's your tight end you want. You want a tight end that can block, who can run, and who is big in size, that can go make those plays for your offense, so you have the opportunity to win games. So I'm really excited to see him play. And also for the QB competition, they went out and signed Steven Montez, who is a quarterback out of Colorado. 23 years old, 6'5". That's a big quarterback right there. So a little quarterback competition to keep Dwayne Haskins in check. So yeah, with the loss of Trent Williams, that's going to be that's a hard pill to swallow. But, hey, they could have gotten more for him if they traded him for, say, last year. But no, they botched everything, it seems like. Okay, so on the defensive side of the ball, you got more outstanding playmakers. Jonathan Allen is one of them. He's been one of the most productive D linemen the Redskins have had. Landon Collins is another one. Reuben Foster, he will be one. He will be a one. He will be a middle linebacker to watch, and he's young, and that's the good part. So that's 3. Daron Payne, he's the big guy up front. He believe it or not, he had a helping hand in the 2018 season, limiting the top running backs to under 50 yards, 100 yards a game, and that's big for a nose tackle to do. Who is another standout? Oh, well, Chase Young, obviously. He's a standout. He will be a starter at some point. It may not be week 1. It may be week 2. He will be a starter. With the Redskins corners, I kind of like the fact they went out and got Ronald Darby. He seems like, from watching him, he will go and try to make a play on the ball. He won't just let the receiver catch it and try to make a tackle afterwards. He'll play the ball in the air. And honestly, that's what the Redskins need at DB, cornerback, and safety. They need players that will go make a play on the ball. I just described Landon Collins for you. Every time he has a chance, he's like, oh, I'm going to get that pick. I need to get that pick. I'm going to get the pick. And, if he doesn't even get the pick, he makes up for it with Sean Taylor-type plays, with the big hits the friggin' the hits that make you go like, oh my god, like really? Exactly, hits like that. I mean, granted, he's no Sean Taylor. Rest in peace, my buddy. But I mean, hey, it's sad that a promising star got cut down quickly. But I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. What he did, what he did in the NFL for the amount of times he played, just kind of like imagine that for probably 13 to 15 years, guaranteed he'd be a Hall of Famer. Another standout player is Kendall Fuller. And I mean, that's about it for this Redskins defense. So honestly, a top 20 in offense, a top 30 in defense. This team isn't gonna win anytime soon. They are still in a rebuild phase. They will be for a while. I should probably 3 to 4 years actually. And yeah, I wouldn't be. Don't be like heartbroken when you see them not do good this year. I don't think they're gonna do good this year. That's my opinion. Tell me wrong, prove me wrong. Redskins, prove me wrong. I think you're gonna do a 79 season. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Okay, then I'm gonna try and cut this short. I got stuff to do today. So, with that being said, my official prediction: top 20 in offense, top 30 in defense, overall 7-9 record. I really think that's fair for this current roster and team with excellent coaching. So my next team, I'm thinking about it now. My next team will probably be the New York Giants. I think that's gonna be fun. They got some fun players to see over the next decade. So with that being said, leave a like and subscribe. Another video coming out tomorrow around this time, hopefully. 12 to 1-ish, maybe 2 at the latest. Keep it real. Peace.